guys, welcome to your workout. All you're going to need is a booty band and a slider, your mat obviously. We're going to lay down on our backs to get started. Lay on your back, fingertips at those temples, tuck, press down into that mat. Feet are floating. I just want you to lift your head and torso up, just in that upper body crunch. Try not to strain in the neck. So I want you to think of the rib cage just pulling you up, knitting it together, pulling that belly button in towards that spine. Exhale. Inhale. So we're warming up that core, setting up that neutral spine here. We're going to hold it up in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold it up. Reach those arms overhead. Feel that extra shake here. And then pulse your torso up an inch, down an inch. We're going to go into those knees next. Lay your head down in 3, in 2, and 1. So lay your head down, just those knees. I want you to tap your mat. Keep that 90-degree bend. And you're using that lower core to lift those knees up. Squeezing through those inner thighs. If your back starts to pop off your mat as those feet collapse down, I want you to not go down as far. So maybe you only go halfway down, and you really push that low back down, pull the belly button in, knit that rib cage together. So you're keeping that center core, lower core, really, really engaged here. We're going to hold those knees in. We've got a variation in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold those knees in. And I just want you to shoot the legs out to straight, bend the knees in, and then send the legs right back out. So you're squeezing from those inner thighs once more, zipping up from those legs up to that belly button. We're going to add into this, we're going to bring those hands to those temples. As you send the legs out, you're going to peel your head and shoulders off. Inhale, bring it back. So this is very similar to our mega crunch. We just got no resistance with us. Exhale on the way up, looking at those toes. Inhale on the way down. So you synchronize that breath, synchronizing that core. You keep going, pressing that low back down. We're going to hold those legs out in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold those legs out, arms reach out. Now can you just pulse those hands up an inch, down an inch, peel the head and shoulders off a little bit more. We're going to come on up, grabbing that slider in 3, in 2, and 1. So roll on up. We're going to start off with that left leg. Right foot is on that slider, single leg squat. So you're sitting that booty back and down, sending that right leg out to straight. Standing all the way up through that left leg, pulling that core in. All that weight is shifted over onto that left side. You're going to feel this through the outer booty, through that quad. And I'm going to show you from the side view as you keep going. So as you squat down, I want you to kick the hips out first. So hips push back, then the knee bends to squat down. From that side view, you can see my torso is not folding over completely in half. It stays up. Chest is lifted, core is engaged. You're digging through that left heel to bring you all the way up. Right leg is just hanging out on that slider. Maybe you go a little bit deeper into that move. Sinking it a little bit deeper, driving up a little bit more through that heel to bring you up. Squeezing that glute up at the top. And if you notice, those hips are level and squared. So the left hip doesn't hike up and twist. They stay squared forward. Knee tracks over that ankle. You're pulling that belly button in towards that spine. We're going to hold it low in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold it low. Pull that core in. I want you to reach those arms out overhead. Pull that core in. Sink down a little bit lower. Now bring that right leg in an inch and out. Just a tiny little pulse here. So stay low. Stick with me here. Staying low. Reaching those arms out for that extra balance challenge. You're gonna hold that right leg in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold it there. All that weight's on that left side. Now pulse that left leg down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. Pull that core in. Knit that rib cage together. So from the side, you can see my back is nice and flat. It's not arched. It's like it's pressing up against a wall. You're gonna grab that booty band next. We have an offset deadlift in 3, in 2, and 1. So come on up. Grab that band. You're gonna place it underneath your left foot. I'm gonna show you from the front. You're gonna hold it with that left hand. Right foot comes behind you. This is what it looks like from the front. From the side, back is gonna stay flat. Deeper bend in those knees, more weight into that left side. You're gonna stand up through your left leg. So you're gonna feel this through the hamstrings. Just light weight in the right toes. Lock your shoulder into its socket. Stand up against that booty band, against that resistance. Slowly lower down. Drive up. Squeeze that booty forward. And then, just like before, you stick those hips out, you bend the knee, and bring it back up. Light weight is in that toe, so you could possibly float it. I'm not going to for this. I like to keep my hand on my lower back so I can feel if it's arching. So you want to keep that arch out of the back, pull the belly button and knit the rib cage together. And then drive up slowly from that band, squeezing the glute forward. So you should feel this in the back of the leg, that hamstring, up towards where that glute and hamstring start to meet. All in that left side, nothing really happening in that right, other than supporting you, keeping those hips level and squared off. Getting low if you can. Knees stacked over that ankle. So if you take a quick look down, you keep that good form here. You're going to hold it low in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold it down low. Get a little bit deeper. Get light in those right toes and pulse that left leg up an inch, down an inch. Can you feel that glute work? Can you feel the hamstring work? Watch that knee. It wants to cave in. We're going to hold it low in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold it low. Squeeze from that glute and hamstring. We're going to come up slow in 3, in 2, and 1. Drive up from that heel. Squeeze up. Bring it right back down. Whew. Drive it all the way up. Right foot is there for assistance. Almost done here. We're going to bring that band onto those knees. We've got some skaters. You're going to grab that slider again in 3, in 2, and 1. So slide your legs into that booty band. Right foot's going to go on that slider. So from here, squat down all that weight once again, just like that single leg deadlift. Now you're pressing that right leg out and in. So you're staying in that squat. I'm actually flattening out my right foot. So it's going to simulate more of our skater that we do in Lagree. But I want you to sit more into the center of those legs. Press out through that right side. Maybe you turn that left knee out, left toe out, so the knee doesn't try to come in, and you can feel it more into that outer glute, outer thigh. From the side view, sitting into that squat, back is flat, core is engaged, that knee is stacked over that ankle. So now you're really getting deeper into that glute as we go through those skaters. Pressing out and in, dragging that right leg back and in. You might feel that inner thigh a bit. But I want you to feel those outer glutes, mainly on that left side though. Keep that chest lifted. So just like we talked about before with those squats, we don't want to hinge all the way forward and be a flat tabletop back. You want to be up at that angle, just sliding that foot in and out. We're almost done with it, guys. We're going to hold it out in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold that right leg out. Sit a little bit lower. And pulse and pulse down and up. And always the pulses, always the things happening here. You're gonna keep that booty band on. We're gonna lay down on our backs. We have a bridge in 3, in 2, and 1. So coming on down. With that left foot on the floor. Tuck that tailbone, reach that right leg up. Palms go down on the floor as well to give you stability. Bridge those hips up, squeeze from that left glute, and I want you to pull the right leg out and in. Pull it out and in. So if you notice here, your hips want to do something weird and funky. So I want you to keep them level, dig that left heel down into the mat. So you're gonna feel that left hamstring glute. Now if you take a quick look down at that left knee, it's gonna wanna pull as you pull that right leg out. I want you to keep it solid. Plant down through that left side. Feel that glute. Resist against that booty band. Maybe you only go out just an inch. As you can see, my booty's only off about an inch from that floor because my back likes to arch a lot. Whew. I will give you a modification here. So modification is you can bring that right toe down to the mat, bridge those hips, and just pulse that right knee out and in. Pulse it out and in. That's your modification if you feel like floating on that one leg is really tough for you. Do what feels right for your body. Whew. Lots of things. We're gonna hold that right leg still in 3, in 2, and 1. So hold that right leg still. You're gonna pulse that left booty up and down. Pulse it up and down. You're gonna roll onto your right side next. You can keep that booty band on. We're not gonna really use it next. We got those obliques in 3, in 2, and 1. So rolling onto that right oblique, or right side. Right forearm's gonna go down. I want you to roll onto that butt cheek. Lift those legs up. Actually, I'm gonna take my band off. And you're just going to lift the legs up. We'll reach the arm up to meet those legs. Pull that core in. So that side V up focuses on that left oblique, so the top one. Modification, bottom leg is bent, and just that top leg is reaching up and down. Your torso's opened up at an angle, so you're not fully in a side plank. You're opening it up. You're more sitting on the cushy part of your butt, lifting those legs up, lifting them from that oblique. Exhale as you lift, so you get that belly button to pull in nice and deep. We're gonna hold those legs up in 3, in 2, and 1. Pull those legs up. Now pulse to those toes. Pulse it up and up. Whew. Almost done here, guys. You're gonna grab that slider next. Left forearm's gonna go down in 3, in 2, and 1. I'm gonna readjust here so you guys can see me. So we're coming into a side plank with your feet on the sliders. Left forearm's gonna go down. You can always bring this down to the knees if you wish, but see if you can challenge yourself up on those toes. Reach that right arm up. Now bend the knees in and thread the needle. Shoulders may not go with you on this one. That's the harder version. Easier is you still pull that left knee in if you're down on that left knee. Right leg is out for stability. You pull it in, crunch and twist. If you're down on that knee, take your shoulders with you. You're gonna crunch and a twist through that side. Harder is on those toes. Whew. Lots of things happening in that body. Twisting around. We'll take that knee modification. Press up and out of that left shoulder. So you keep that stability in there the whole time. Keep going, guys. You're gonna bring it to those hands in a plank next. In 3, in 2, and 1. So hands come to your mat. You're on those toes, hold your plank. We're gonna wrap those shoulders down away from those ears. Pull that core in. Now bring that left knee into the chest. Sweep it to the right elbow. Sweep it to the left. Touch the toes back to the mat. So you have this mountain climber sweep happening. So just that left knee pulls into the chest, to the right elbow, to the left, back down. Think of drawing a line with your knee. Over, back, touch. Keep going, guys. This one isn't easy, I know. Don't worry, we'll give you modifications for the next one. We've got some upper body coming up next. You're gonna meet me in a plank in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold your plank. Option is to bring it down to the knees. I think my shoulders are really sore. I'm gonna take it to those knees. And we're gonna do some commandos. So drop it down to those forearms, press all the way up. Drop it down, press it all the way up. Squeeze through that core. Press those shins down into the floor. So I don't want those feet kicking up. I want them pressing down. Alternate which hand is pressing up and down so that we don't overwork one side. You're maybe up on those hands in 3, in 2, and 1. Woo. Option to stay down on those knees. I'm going to take that option today. Knees or feet are about hip width distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. You're just going to shoulder tap. If you're down on those knees, it's going to be better for you to stabilize, so there should be no rocking in those hips. So you squeeze the core, squeeze the inner thighs, press those shins down, and just tap those shoulders. Keep going, guys. I'm just setting up for the next one. I'm tired today. You're gonna meet me on those hands. We're gonna do a tricep push-up. Option to bring it down to those knees in 3, in 2, and 1. So you're on those knees. Make sure those elbows, make sure those shoulders and wrists are stacked. And then I want you to bend the elbows. Elbows want to stay stacked over those wrists. So your shoulders are going to dive forward. Press up. Tuck that tailbone, squeeze through that core. Maybe you only go down about halfway, that's fine. My shoulders are so tired. So you're pressing up. Squeeze up from those triceps. Tuck that tailbone. It's just a quick arm set here, guys. We're going to head back into our legs. We're going to that right side in 3, in 2, and 1. So right foot is on that floor. Left foot's on that slider. A little bit shorter workout today, guys. My upper body is really toast. All that weight shifts into that right side. Light weight into that left. You're just squatting down, only on that right side. So if you take a look at your knee, hip, ankle, they're all stacked. As you come up, they're all right in line with each other. As you sit down, that knee and hip stay in line, so don't slide out with your slider. Slide that side of the body down a wall. Sit that butt back and down. Whew. Driving up from that right heel, squeezing the glute and hamstring. And then from the side view, look at how the hips go back first and then the knee, and you sink into the heel. Try not to lift the toes as you come up, because that actually starts to work the top of the foot and the front of the shin too much. So we're going to keep this in the quad, hamstring, and glute the whole time. Drive through that heel. Knit that rib cage together. So the chest likes to flare open. Can you knit it together? Pull the belly button in a little bit tighter towards the spine. We're gonna hold it low in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold it low. Reach those arms out. Knit that rib cage together. Shoulders are down. Now just bend that knee in and out. Just that left leg bends in and out. Watch those hips. They want to stay level the whole time, so don't let them shift about. Maybe you sink down a little lower. You're going to hold that left leg in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold that left leg in and pulse that right side down an inch, up an inch. I get shakes to happen immediately. I don't know if you guys can see it through the video, but I get little shakes happening. Lightweight in that left side. Arms can reach out. Pull that core in. You're going to grab that booty band next. We have that offset deadlift in 3, in 2, and 1. So this time, the booty band goes underneath the right foot. You hold it with the right hand. Left foot steps behind, showing you from the side view. The knee's going to stay over that ankle. You're going to sit that butt back and down, slow, all the way through the right side, lift up. Driving up slow, squeezing with the glute and hamstring to lift you up. Level off the hips. If you take a quick look down, the knee and ankle are stacked. Hips are squared. You're standing up against the resistance of that band. So as you drive up, you feel that booty shake. So keep going, guys. We're going to hold it low in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold it low. You sink it down a little lower. Get the chest lifted, core engaged, and pulse up an inch, down an inch. Tiny pulses here. Drive from that right heel. Make sure that left side is nice and light. We're going to come up slow in 3, in 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Squeeze. Bring it right back down. Whew. We're going to take that booty band. We've got those skaters in 3, in 2, and 1. So you're going to sit down this time on the right side. Left toes go on that slider. I'm going to place that left foot flat, squatting down in the center. Pushing against that band, you're going to press that left leg out and in. Pressing it out and in. Watch those knees. They're going to want to cave in. They want to shoot forward. So from the side view, I can't stand now. From the side view, we want to keep those knees over those ankles. Booty sits back. You press against that band with that towel, pressing it out and in. Guys, this is the second to last leg move. There is one more left. Knit that rib cage together. Pull that belly button in towards that spine. Make sure that weight's sitting towards the center of those legs, not shifted onto that right side. That leg doesn't go out very far. It's pretty small range of motion. Whew. Stick with me, guys. We're going to hold it out in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold it out there. Sit a little lower. Pull that core in. And pulse that leg in an inch, out an inch, in an inch, out an inch. Can you sit that butt back and down a little bit more? Can you check in with your core? Is it pulling in? We're gonna bring it down to the floor in 3, in 2, and 1. Bring it all the way down to the floor. Tuck that tailbone. Remember, the right foot's gonna stay down this time. Soft tuck in that tailbone, lift the left leg up. You're gonna pull that leg out to the side. If lifting that leg up is not doing it, bring the left toes down and just the toes are supporting you and still pull the knee out. The right side, you want to resist with that band. Don't let the left knee snap back in, so you want to control in both directions. Solid through that right side, not a whole lot moving. So we're burning out that glute into that outer thigh. I feel this one right now in my quad. That booty doesn't need to come all the way up, especially if you know your lower back is arching. So you want to make sure it's a little bit lower, tuck the tailbone, core is engaged. All that weight still is in the right side, so you're drilling that right heel down into your mat. Try not to lift those right toes up. You want to keep that flat foot the whole time. We're going to hold that right leg out in 3, left leg still in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold it still. Now pulse that booty up an inch, down an inch. If you can, lift that left leg up. It's not happening on this side for me. So you're just lifting up an inch, down an inch, driving from that heel, squeezing with that butt cheek. We're gonna roll over onto our right side. Left side. We have that side V up in 3, in 2, and 1. Slide that band off. Roll onto that left side. And our left forearm is down, and we're going to roll onto that left butt cheek. Legs are going to be straight. Lift the legs up. Right arm comes up to reach with those toes. Option is to bend that bottom leg, and just the top leg reaches up. I want you to press up and out of that left shoulder. So we don't want to collapse down. Remember, the torso opens up just slightly towards the ceiling. Option is those legs are there as well. Both legs up. You're on that meaty part of your butt, so you're not on your hip bone itself. We're going to hold it up in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold it up. Now pulse up to those toes. Option, bottom leg is bent, and you're pulsing and pulsing. You're going to bring it onto that right forearm for a side plank hold in 3, in 2, and 1. So your right forearm's down. Option to be on those toes or the knees. I'm going to take the knee option. Almost done here. Just a couple more moves left. Reach that left arm up. And you're going to pull the knees in as you crunch and twist. Open it right back up. Open up. If you got that knee down, top leg is there for support. If you're up on both feet, you're not going to do the full twist with the shoulders. So you got a crunch and a twist happening in this move. You're pulling against that slider. So you're feeling that lower oblique, lower core pull in. Whew. I'm tired, guys. It's been a week. I don't know why it's so tough. You're going to meet me on those hands in a full plank hold in 3, in 2, and 1. I don't need that slider anymore. Second to last move here. You got 1 burnout. You're up on those toes. You're going to pull the right knee in. Sweep it to the left elbow, to the right. Touch your mat. So when you're in this plank, make sure your shoulders are rolled down away from those ears, locking in those lats, pulling that belly button in, Going slow with that sweep so you can feel the whole core, the obliques the entire time. Stick with me, guys, just a couple more seconds here. In that mountain climber sweep, to burn out those obliques, we're gonna drop it down to those forearms. We are just going to do a forearm plank hold challenge to the end. I encourage you to be up on those toes. We're gonna drop it down to those forearms in 3, in 2, and 1. Down on those forearms. You're up on those toes. Now from the toes, I want you to be up on those tippy toes. Squeeze the inner thighs. Give me a soft tuck in that tailbone. So then you automatically engage your lower core. You pull that belly button in towards the spine. Knit the rib cage. Shoulders are stacked over those elbows. Pulled away from those shoulders, pressing, or sorry, from those ears. Pressing that mat away. Head isn't drooping down towards your mat. I want you to lift that head. Gaze right down in between your palms. Palms are separated. Those are the shakes. It's getting hard for me to breathe and talk, but I want you to stick with me for the last couple seconds here. In 10, you get that child's pose. In 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, and 1, child's pose. Rest all the way down. So take that child's pose, we're gonna do a couple stretches here.